choose a print. When you think about it, there's very few print dresses on the red carpet.
You know, I love color and I love prints and I love the idea of using a print for an evening gown. So when I saw this, I was just like, I have to have it.
In the beginning of the competition, you did only dark colors, only murky thoughts, where this is so on the money. And it's a real gesture, my dear. Congratulations.
You should be so proud, Anna. You really, really should. You've come very far in this competition. All right, Daniela. 82% of the audience said that they would buy your gown. Someone said, I could see Kate Winslet wearing this.
I really went with my gut instinct. I really followed what I was feeling from the very, very beginning, and this execution is what I had intended.
You know, the shoulders are very sensuous, elegant part of a woman's body, and that dress does a very nice accentuation to it.
I really like the colour grey. I think that's very sophisticated, and I love the simplicity. Simplicity is the root to elegance.
Yes.
Anna, Daniela, one of you is the winner of tonight's fashion show.
This was a really close decision for us to make, girls.
Congratulations, Daniela. We're sold on your design.
This is an amazing way to leave here and start a collection, having just won and being basically handpicked by the editor-in-chief of Harper's Bazaar.
A garment based on your design will be available for sale on BravoTV.com.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to both of you, because you're both moving on to the Final Four.
It's so cool. I'm just really happy about the trajectory I'm on. I've just worked really hard for a long time, so.
Will the rest of you please step on the stage?
Two of your designs truly disappointed us, but the other gown earned its designer a spot in the final fashion show.
Let's take a look at that design.
Yes, I want to get up and dance and be like, I told you so. Get it.
So
Congratulations, Rico. You have made it to the Final Four. You will have the chance to present your collection in the final fashion show. James Paul, Johnny, one of you is going home.
Let's take a look at those designs.
James Paul, 80% of the audience said that they would not buy your look. One audience member said your design reminded them of a Velvet Elvis painting. What were you going for in this design?
For this dress, I wanted to incorporate the things that I love, which are three-dimensional structures, like very subtle, on the bottom of the hem.
It reminded me of the scene in Gone with the Wind, when Scarlett rushes and pulls down the drapes and decides to make a dress out of it. It's way too much costume drama.
The dress starts off looking like it could be light and sexy, and then it got heavy by trying to put too much construction into it.
It looks too dated. It looks too uncomfortable. It looks too difficult to wear. I'm so scared about this peeling back effect. Velvet is such a lush, beautiful fabric. You want it to move. You want it to have rhythm. It's meant to have grace. And I'm afraid it's very tortured.
What if this showed up at Bazaar? What would you do?
I'm afraid I'd send it back to you.
Johnny, someone in the audience said that your design lacked innovation.
I look at that dress, it's the most modern, it's the most beautiful, it's the dress I would love to see on the red carpet. The only problem is I already have seen it on the red carpet.
What the?
Oh my God.
What inspired the dress? What were you thinking?
I thought of Jennifer Connelly. I thought of Maggie Gyllenhaal. I thought of Chloe Sevigny.
Did you say Maggie Gyllenhaal?
Yes, I did.
It's funny you should say that because we thought Maggie Gyllenhaal also. In fact, we have this to show you, actually. That's a big influence.
I feel kind of stupid because I should know this stuff, you know, and, you know, this is what I do for a living, and I should have, when I was working on it, I should have seen that.
I mean, it's really dead on. The print, the ruffle, the one shoulder, the dark belt.
Going into this, I definitely don't think I was knocking him off. My favorite dress was when Maggie Gyllenhaal wore, like, that leopard print by Lanvin.
It wasn't just us either. The audience actually identified it as a knockoff.
Did you not think that amongst us somebody would catch that and know that? This is like pulling a fast one on us, and it's just...
I'm actually pretty embarrassed. I don't want to look like I'm doing, like, you know, cheap knockoffs.
I have to say, I'm really disappointed in both of you. I mean, you really did not come forward this week. Well, we have a lot to think about. This is the biggest decision we've made so far. James Paul, Johnny, please have a seat while we deliberate.
This is my honest opinion. They look identical. And
I don't think I've seen Maggie in it. I've seen the Lanvin collection.
Because this is my first time really hearing over and over Lanvin. And you said the name several times. I heard you jokingly say, oh, I knocked off plenty of Dolce Vita.
But I laugh about that.
And out of any joke, there's always some truth. You know, I'm not trying to throw you on the bus. That's what, you know, that's what he does for a living.
That's why he wants to make it to the finals, because that's not what he wants to be doing.
I think it's so odd that, like, Angel didn't tell me anything at all. She should have told me before I even started the dress that, hey, you know what? You're knocking somebody off. And I would have completely changed my whole entire garment. I thought she was there to help me. She wasn't.
She told me that she tried to get you to change the dress and you didn't want to. You were so specifically set on the look.
Why would it be that stupid to, like, I'm not trying to pull a fast one on nobody, you know? And I don't know, I just feel kind of deceived a little bit. I'm a really great designer, and it flopped on me today.
I didn't know. You're lying. You bragged about knocking off clothes several times in the competition. You thought it wasn't gonna catch up with you. What you put out there, boo, is what you're gonna get back. Ding!
So this week, more than figuring out, like, who should go home, we got to think about who should come back for the fashion show. Who deserves to be able to do this collection?
To me, they're the two worst crimes of fashion because we have one, which is an ugly dress, versus someone who has ripped off another designer. It's very important for a designer to have integrity.
It is.
And it's so important to have a vision, a single-minded vision. Johnny, he wants to talk about his own work, and yet what is his own work?
I personally felt like he knew exactly what he was doing.
What's to say that he's not going to, you know, look to another designer for inspiration?
Do we forgive this really ugly dress of James Paul? And frankly, I don't think there is a worse sin than an ugly dress.
For me, I think that gold detail over velvet made it Renaissance fair. It's not a red carpet dress.
Do we believe that James Paul is going to get any better? I mean, he was hanging by a thread last week. He hangs by a thread a lot. We know that he's a really great designer, but he has not come across in a few weeks.
I really hate being in this position because neither is right.
I think we know, right?
Yes.
All right, well, let's not prolong the agony any longer. This is a hard one.